Let that beat drop. Let the beat drop. Hey. Hey. Oh, what's good, America? I'm Matt Casey. And as always, I'm joined by my dude, Marty Ward. This is the Same Cloth Podcast. We're just cut differently, baby. Got a lot going on today. What up, Marty?
What's good, baby? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. Great intro
that
music.
Pharoah Monch coming at you. Simon Says.
I love it.
What's
love it.
Good.
Hey, man, what's good? We got a lot of things going on, man. It's obviously we're almost getting ready to embark on a new year. We got a few hours left. But we'll get into our sports segment today. We've got some really crucial GOAT birthdays today to discuss.
Oof.
We've got our picks for the NFL MVP. Also, we're gonna decide who we think is gonna be the college football champion.
Yep.
And then Marty, you're gonna give us some insight to what's going on in sunny Edmonton with the World Junior Hockey Tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We always got our rapid fire questions. We've got New Year's Eve talk. We've got real talk or fugazi. We've got a big episode today.
Big day.
But first, we always want to give love. I mean, that's the base for everything that we do as humans. Marty and I together as business partners, together as friends. We always want to spread love the right way. And we had a little contest to try to get our followers up on Instagram, and said we were going to give some love to the 100th follower, and it turned out to be one of Marty's boys. So I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Yeah. Big shout to Richie Vickers at @R_Vickers on Instagram for being our 100th follower. Richie was in part of the inaugural Limestone Wrestling Squad back in the day at the Stone. Good times there at the Rock and Gaffney. A lot of fun. I know he's got a nice little family up in Maine with another fellow Limestone alumni as well. So big shout to Richie. We appreciate you. We think about you. Thank you so much for all the support. Fun fact about that Limestone Wrestling Squad, I was like the inaugural host for that squad. Like I had Limestone wrestlers recruits, you know what I mean? Because there was no wrestling team when I got to Limestone, and wrestling coach thought I'd be a good pick to host some guys. So I hosted a couple cats, and I think they ended up committing. So I think I'm betting 1,000 on that one.
So you were the inaugural Limestone Wrestling ambassador?
I guess so.
Dude, that's historical, man.
I have no idea. I had no idea about wrestling really back then, but I just knew like these dudes were tough, and Limestone, we A-Hall, I think it was Fort Dorm C23 was my dorm that year. So
at the end of the year, at the end of the wrestling, the Limestone wrestling season, they have an award.
I got nothing.
For the best host to recruits, and it's called the Marty Ward Host Award.
I should have got it. 100%.
No, it's named after you. You're the GOAT. You're the original Dundada.
You know it. You know it. Those wrestlers, though, they like to hit the gym hard, man. Those dudes would lift all the time, bro. It was awesome.
Bro, what's crazy is, I usually start up a diet, and I'll talk about it later on in the segment or in the episode. But I get on this crazy diet, and I go hard to the gym starting January 2nd. But this year, I decided, once I get that diet going, I want to hit the gym hard. And when you first start lifting, you're going to be sore for at least a week, if not a week and a half. And it kind of hinders your production.
Makes you want to quit. Quit, man.
With these 2 weeks that I've had off of work,
I
got back into the gym. So I was driving to the gym a couple times, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting big, and I don't know if I'm getting big. I'm pushing weight, and I'm not getting enough cardio. So I asked, I put on my wish list, my Christmas list. I asked Santa if he could bring me some roller blades.
That's
And
what
you
you
know
went
what
with.
happened? You know what I found under my tree on the 25th?
What'd you find? Roller
Found
skates?
some rollerblades. It's
Ah,
not skates. Not
no, I
skates.
got you.
In
I got you.
line. They were in line.
I just want to know if you got the full pad kit with it, wrist guards, elbow pads, and knee pads, and if you're wearing those Johns when you're skating to the gym. That's all I want to know. Stay safe.
I probably should have the first couple of times. Now I'm rollerblading to the gym, and the first 2 times, I got some. Excuse me, I have some really busy streets to cross.
Oh yeah.
And you got to press the button, and when you're going down the sidewalk and you get to the end of the sidewalk and there's going to be like a major street, you got to slow down. And I'm not very proficient with the brake yet.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like that dude from Mighty Ducks, Luis Mendoza, the guy.
Yeah. Miami Cat.
Oh yeah, he was a stud.
He had some big goals in the championship though against Iceland. I think he scored I think he scored a big one, or he snowed the goalie. He snowed the goalie in Mighty Ducks too.
And then the little the kid that was the gymnast knocked it in, right?
Woo.
Was it Johnny Woo?
Kim Woo or
something like that. Dude was a stud.
he was a
all day.
Figure skater. He was a figure skater, wasn't he? Figure skater.
He was, yeah. What I said, gymnast. My bad. Yeah, he's a figure skater.
Yeah, gymnasts don't wear skates.
Yeah, they don't wear skates.
Rollerblading is an excellent cardiovascular workout, Matthew. That's great. I wish you did that back like in the day, riding down Salina Street near PNC. I'd love to see you rollerblading down that way.
I had rollerblades when I was growing up. My mom made me wear a helmet. So I'd get around the corner and take that thing off and hide it somewhere. So I didn't
throw
have
in
to
the bushes, like throwing the bushes.
Yeah. And we had this big old hill.
Yeah, I know your hill. Yep.
Yeah, so like I was the second house from the top of the hill.
Yep.
So I'd have to, really drive in to get to the top of the hill. But once you got up on the hill,
you're gone.
Now you're coming down all the way. And we used to get up, man. I had to been like 10, 11, 12 years old. And I was, coming down that hill at 35 miles an hour, man. It's scary.
It's scary. Exactly.
Yeah. But now, it's been almost a week. And I've been consistently, rollerblading to and from the gym. Haven't missed a day. But now I'm learning the spin stop. I got the spin stop now on the rollerblades, and it's getting good. I'm not gonna lie.
My favorite is the movie from the 90s, Airborne.
Oh, that was great.
Yes. When the kid starts rollerblading, he starts playing hockey, and then they race down the hill with the rollerblades.
Down the hill.
Oh man, that's a great flick, man.
Jack Black's in it.
Check that movie out, Airborne. Check it out.
One of my favorite movies growing up. You know what? We haven't talked about this at all. This is good improv. But I was thinking about that movie the other day, maybe a couple months ago, and I couldn't remember the name. I'm about to watch that tonight.
Airborne, great.
Watching it tonight.
That's a great flick. Yeah, do that. Watch that.
Well, so let's get into this though, because I was really excited when I had forgotten about it. I woke up this morning, got my coffee, started checking out the social media, and to my surprise, I was pleasantly surprised actually by all the highlights and all the talk and all the pictures that were posted and all the outlets that I follow regarding LeBron James.
Oh.
And I was like, man, there's a lot of people that really like appreciate LeBron today. It must be a new year. I know we're getting close to, 2021 and everybody's excited.
Like the year shout out. Yeah, like they won a title. Everybody's happy. Yeah.
It's December 30th. And that is LeBron's birthday.
Yes, sir.
Shout out one of the GOATs, one of the legends, one of the most iconic sports figures, obviously in our generation, but
I think all time.
Yeah, the world has never seen
all time
many people with this much power, with this much success on and off the court. with this much influence. I mean, you know, the word that's used a lot right now is clout.
Yeah.
But what LeBron has is, you know, 15 times stronger than the word, whatever the meaning of clout is.
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
he's much larger than clout. I think
Yeah.
LeBron is like he's its own brand identity, just like Jordan was, and still is, and he'll be that way for the rest of his life. I mean, it's not like he's not gonna ever be King James in a lot of people's eyes. You know what I mean? So I think that LeBron in his birthday, happy birthday to the man, King James, stud. Obviously, we all know that. But there's another GOAT's birthday today. I think it's Tiger Woods' birthday today.
Yeah,
Can you believe that?
crazy day, man. I mean, this is the year. This is the day of the GOAT. I know
Right?
there's like different, you know, years, you know, geared towards different animals
In the Chinese,
and
yeah, Chinese.
Chinese culture. But today is the day of the GOAT.
It really is. I mean, today's the day, December 30th. It's going to go down all time, written in the book. The day
All
of the
right.
GOAT.
So how about this one? Who has had the most impact in the sports world? Tiger Woods or LeBron James?
I think Tiger Woods. If I'm gonna be honest, Tiger Woods. I mean, he opened up a whole new, I think, identity to the game of golf for young people. I still remember watching the Masters when he was like 21, right out of Stanford, winning the first Masters in his early 20s, and like being captivated by it, right? And then LeBron, it was like almost like, yeah, he changed a lot of the game and how it was kind of, he made it his, right? But like, there's been dudes like LeBron in the NBA. Like nobody came in. There really has never been a guy like Tiger Woods, right, in professional golf, right? Like it's always been the same stereotypical look, right? Like blonde hair, blue eye, dark, like white guy swinging a golf club, really good at it, but like white guy, right? Like, and then Tiger comes in, it's like he's not a white dude, you know what I mean? Like, and now there's all these different ethnicities coming through golf, and you just see how it's happened since he came in and made that impact. I think Tiger Woods.
Here's my thing. Tiger's my guy, right? Tiger is the reason I started playing golf back in high school.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy Matt St. Louis. We'd go over to Tecumseh up by Drumlins.
Yeah.
Up by SU Hill or whatever, and we play 9. And it was all because of Tiger. So it like the cultural impact that Tiger had, that's going to be tough to be beaten. And this next thing that I'm going to say is no like dig at Tiger Woods. I mean, he's made mistakes. We've all made mistakes, right? But here's one of the reasons why LeBron has an argument for having a bigger impact on the sports world. And it's because obviously he's amazing on the court. He's one of the top 5 players on most people's list. In my list, he's one of the top 2 players, if not one. And he's still playing, right? He's redefining how you stay in shape, how you maintain your athleticism, and how long you can play for. Who knows how long he's going to play for, right?
Yeah.
But my reasoning for his argument for being more influential in sports is what he does off the field or off the court. And his biggest flaw in his entire life, that anybody can ever come up with is the fact that he didn't forget. He decided not to tell the organization that he had played for 7 years that he was going to leave, and he ended up in Miami. That's his biggest flaw.
Yeah,
off the court, this guy is one of the most involved fathers. Yeah. He's been a successful entrepreneur and businessman. He's empowered childhood friends to not he hasn't given them money.
No,
he's put them in positions where they can be successful, where they can carve out their own path. And then you talk about the I Promise School.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
the dude
cool.
bought his own school,
Yep.
and is anybody that graduates from that school gets to go to college for free on him. And
Yeah.
those are some of the things that I value so much more. And that's why I look up to this guy.
Yeah.
I just think his impact on the sports industry, the sports world, and the world period is just, and to do all that without, having any kind of major, hiccup.
Yeah.
From a legal standpoint, from a moral standpoint, I think athletes have that stigma. It's definitely not right. There's been examples of athletes gaining success and gaining wealth, and making significant mistakes. And I think a lot of people have a stigma against athletes that oh, they're going to make all this money and they're going to blow it, or they're going to make all this money and they're going to get arrested or something.
Like that 30 for 30 broke.
Right.
You ever see that?
But this dude, yeah.
You know what I mean?
This dude is thing though is what do you call it when you disproving that stigma?
No doubt.
I'm proud to be a fan of his.
No doubt.
So, yeah, man. So
let's talk NFL.
I could talk about LeBron and Tiger all day.
Let's talk NFL MVPs, man. MVPs.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers right now leads the NFL. Everybody thinks Aaron Rodgers is going to win it. 2020 stats: 4,059 passing yards, 44 TDs, 5 interceptions, plus 145 rushing yards and 3 rushing TDs in 15 games. And now Aaron Rodgers, the big thing with Aaron Rodgers is only 4 fumbles this year as well. So
how many did he lose?
I did not look that stat up. I didn't dig that deep, but
okay.
I think Aaron Rodgers obviously is the front runner, in my opinion, of what he's done with Green Bay this year. I mean, Green Bay was kind of an afterthought going into the season, and look at him now, right? So, number 2, I think Patrick Mahomes is obviously the second guy that's battling Aaron Rodgers right now. 4,700 yards passing, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, plus 308 yards rushing and 2 rushing TDs with Kansas City. I mean, honestly, like that's a tough comparison when you're looking at the two just in success. Both divisional winners, both tough competitors. Mahomes coming off MVP season as well.
What about your boy?
I mean, getting into it, the dark horse, Josh Allen, he can't be not talked about. I think that he's far off a little bit because of weeks 5 through 8. He had a tough stretch there with Tennessee, Kansas City, the Jets, and the Patriots. He kind of struggled to beat the Jets and the Patriots. They lost to Tennessee and Kansas City during that stretch. But he, 4,300 passing yards, 34 TDs, 9 interceptions, 8 rushing TDs, and 1 reception for a touchdown. So 43 total touchdowns.
He looked good.
On Monday night?
On Monday night.
Stud. I mean, I wanted Buffalo to score 50.
I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan.
He's not going to get it.
And he was hands down the front runner the first 5 days or first 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Yeah. I mean, he looked unstoppable first 5
but
weeks.
Man, did they fall off. Yeah, I mean, I'm out on Patrick Mahomes. I think he's really talented. I think he's he's a really good quarterback. I do think that he's overrated.
Oh, really? What?
I do. I don't think it's a. I never said he couldn't. I think he's really good. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. And I'm happy that he got paid $500 million. And I'm glad that he's receiving all the accolades and all this everything that he deserves. He's getting. However, that team is just so freaking talented.
Yeah.
Like I think you could put, a bunch of quarterbacks behind that line.
You couldn't put Cam Newton.
Well, I said top 5. So you put Aaron Rodgers, you put Russell Wilson, you put
Josh Allen.
You put your boy Josh Allen. I mean, there's a bunch of quarterbacks that I think would thrive in that Kansas City offense. I mean,
Yeah.
just think about it. Not to diminish what this quarterback has done, but what's the Washington quarterback? They used to be with Kansas City, used to be with San Francisco, and then broke his leg. I can't think of his
Alex
name.
Smith. Right. Alex Smith.
Alex Smith. You see, Alex Smith before Mahomes took over. Alex Smith balled out in that Andy Reid Kansas City offense.
Alex Smith's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
You don't consider him a top 10 quarterback in the league.
No, he's a game manager.
But he was a top, I don't know, 5 quarterback when he was in
Kansas City.
What I'm saying is you got the best tight end maybe of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You got the fastest guy in the NFL who's always open. Mm-hmm. Then you got a kid from Sammy Watkins. Where is he? Clemson?
Yeah, he's
one of the
former
best
Bill
high school recruits.
Former Bill. Yep.
Then you got the speed demons like Mecole Hardman and the other kid on the wing that barely gets any playing time because they've got so many people to feed the rock to. Yeah. Then you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's was a stud last year at Clemson.
Yeah.
Or not LSU, sorry. And then he comes in and drops 100 yards every game. And then you pick up mid-season Le'Veon Bell. Like, come on, man! Like, they got the most firepower in all of football. How can you not be successful with that offense? Yeah, and you got Andy Reid and what's the O coordinator there from Eric Bieniemy, calling plays that the play always work, that are always timely. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not anti Patrick Mahomes. I just don't think he's the best quarterback in the league. Yeah. And that's why I would give it to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP this year.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, by far, number one right now. I mean, I think I think he's going to win it. I mean, because this game this week will solidify that against the Bears. So I'm
win.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
You know who else is going to win?
Who?
You're going to hear it first. I've been going back and forth. I'm calling it right here. Here's my hot take. Ohio State Buckeyes win the college football national championship.
Oh, gee whiz, you're crazy.
Nope.
They're going to beat Clemson in a rematch. That's what you're saying.
Yep, and you can blame that. And you can blame that on Dabo Swinney.
Oh, because he called him out.
Called him out. Those guys are, not that everybody else won't be fired up. But man, get called out like that.
Yeah, but think about if Clemson comes out and blows the doors off Ohio State. How tough a group is that? Think about that. You know what I mean? The head coach comes out, it's like they shouldn't even be in it. And then they come out and they beat them up, and then they win a title.
And then they say, well, how do you feel about your coach saying that the team you just beat by 40 shouldn't be in it?
Shouldn't been in it.
Proved it. That would be some crazy stuff.
I would love to see that. I'm picking Clemson. I'm picking Clemson by a touchdown.
Over Ohio State.
Over Ohio State, yes.
All right, and then we all got Bama. Nobody's got Notre Dame, correct?
No, I don't want Notre Dame to win. Just don't want them to win.
You don't see if any team shouldn't be there, it's Notre Dame.
I just don't want Notre Dame to win.
Who Bama or Clemson for you?
Bama or Clemson? I'm gonna go Bama this year. Bama, SEC. I'm a big SEC fan.
Yeah.
Too bad the Gamecocks.
Gamecocks. You're a big South Carolina guy.
Yeah, but they're just abysmal right now. They have the new coaching now. We'll see what happens.
Who's coaching?
New guy.
Kiffin?
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Is it Lane Kiffin? Is that where?
No, it's not Lane
Kiffin.
He
went to Ole Miss.
Lane Kiffin's at Ole Miss. I don't know his name. I got to pull it up. But Will Muschamp was gone. Got canned after this year.
I hate talking negatively about people, but man, that guy, he struggled with Florida, struggled with South Carolina.
I mean, he had a good season last year, decent season, but just not there. I mean, they're just not. Beamer, Aaron Beamer is their new head coach.
Don't know who that guy is. Is it Frank's son?
I don't know. I'm looking right now. The other thing is just talk SEC football real quick. Like Alabama's just been so good for so long. It's like, oh, Shane Beamer, excuse me. It's like everyone's just chasing them in the SEC. Like, you know, and it's just, I think that they're just so solid. Like their entire program's so good. Clemson versus Bama again in the title. Bama beating Clemson. Bama hosts the trophy again.
I got Ohio State over Bama in a shocker.
It's not a bad pick.
That's my hot take. I got no justification for it other than the fact that I'm sick of Clemson and Bama playing each other. And there's no way Bama loses to ND. I love Justin Fields. I think he had a couple of tough games, but
yeah,
he was a stud.
Yeah.
And Ohio State always has talent. Man.
Is Syracuse football ever going to get back to like some sort of level of acceptance after this season?
You know what? I think so. I think Syracuse, what people don't realize is that this year they had so many kids out that I think the top 4, maybe the top 3 running backs opted out.
It's just hard with the COVID restrictions in New York. It was very difficult for teams up there.
Yeah, I think this year was, it was a wash. I don't think they had much, expected of them internally. Obviously you got to say the right things, but that's the one thing. Like, there haven't been many times in my life as a coach or a player when I go into a game and I know I'm gonna lose. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Right. I think if you have that mentality, you're probably like, you probably shouldn't be playing at a high level.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier to have that mentality as a coach than as a player.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty confident the coaching staff knew what they were up against this year.
No, they were in trouble. They couldn't even tackle. It was bad to watch.
For sure.
You got to be able to tackle in football. All right.
Well, the good news is, Marty, that the football season, we made it through, but it's almost over.
Yeah.
But there's something going on that had your interest.
Yes, sir.
And it's taking place up in sunny Edmonton right now. Really sunny up there.
The World Junior Hockey Championship.
Yeah, man. Tell us about that.
World Junior Hockey Championship takes place every year, pinned between 10 nations, 2 groups, Group A and Group B. In this year it's up in Canada. Obviously Canada's the front runner to win it all, number 1 in the world. US came in number 3. I'm going to talk about just top 3 scorers, what NHL clubs they're going to go to, and then the top 4 in each bracket real quick. We got Trevor Zegras from United States with 10 points leading the way, 5 goals, 5 assists. He's going to the Anaheim Ducks draft pick. Dylan Cousins, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points, going to the Buffalo Sabres. Big shout. And Quentin Byfield from Canada as well with Cousins, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points, going to LA Kings. Quentin Byfield's a 6'4" monster, by the way, for Canada. Canada beat Germany 16-2 in the first game. Canada scored 29 goals. Canada scored 29 goals in 3 games. 29 goals in hockey in 3 games.
That's not fair, man.
They've only given up 3 goals the entire tournament. Canada's in a tough bracket though with Finland, and then it's Canada, Finland, Slovakia, and Germany's the 4th seed. And then on the other side, Group B, USA's got a tough stretch. They got Sweden, Russia, and then it's US right now sitting 3rd with the Czechs. Now Russia and US are very, very close. Russia beat the US 5-3 earlier in the tournament. US has a couple days off before they play Sweden. Russia plays Sweden today. We need Sweden to beat Russia, and then we need to beat Sweden in order for us to overtake maybe that top spot. So in the Group B.
You said we're undefeated?
No, we're 1-1.
Ugh. And Finland's
very good.
Pretty good, hockey.
Yeah, they're very
hockey
good.
Nation. Like, who was it? I used to like Teemu Selanne. He's from Finland.
I think Selanne is a Finn. Yeah.
Yeah, Teemu Selanne.
Teemu Selanne, Finn. Yeah, he's a stud.
Big time
Yeah,
stud.
so just keep your eye on the World Junior Hockey Championship. I think it's an awesome format. I think lacrosse should move to something like that as well. Every year we should have some sort of junior tournament going on. I think it'd be really good for the sport and the growth of the sport to highlight those players every year, those junior players. I mean, there's guys from Slovakia that are 16 years old playing in this tournament. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
I like the what's the one that they the lacrosse tournament for the 13-year-olds, the U14 or U13?
The World Series.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah, I think that's
not a global thing, but it's a national big time tournament.
Yeah, I mean I think it's on ESPN on around the 4th of July. It takes place in Colorado.
Right.
Pretty cool event. I know there's a lot of club directors that are charging kids, probably $4,000 to play on that team. So,
let's bookmark that conversation.
Pretty good moneymaker for some guys too, bro.
Let's bookmark that one. Let's chop it up.
Because lacrosse is turning into soccer. So let's get into the next section here. What we got?
All right, next section. Here we go. Rapid fire, baby. I'm going to ask you some questions real quick.
Oh, baby.
Let's try to answer them in less than 60 seconds. If you want to go over, feel free. But here we go. You ready?
Let's go.
All right, brother. Here we go. I had a big steak dinner for Christmas this year.
Yep.
Reverse seared some fillets. What do you like better, steak or lobster?
Steak all day, right? Steak, but I love me some steak and lobster. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Big fight happened. Okay. Some old heads really put on a show about a month ago. Who won the fight? Mike Tyson or Roy Jones?
I didn't even watch it. Dinosaurs out there fighting, punching each other, but I'm going to go Mike Tyson just because he's an OG killer.
Yeah, they called it a draw, but there's no chance that Roy Jones won that. Yeah. All right. We grew up in upstate New York. I've always grown up vacationing to somewhere warm. Would you rather, right now, as it stands, vacation to the beach or to the ski slopes?
I don't ski, so not the ski slopes. But okay. I'd like to go to a nice cabin with some snow, hang out next to the, just.
So that's what you would choose?
Yeah, cold weather right now, man. I'm out here in Florida. I'm on the pool deck right now in shorts and no shoes. So.
Burlington or Vail? Where are you going? Burlington or Vail?
I'm going to Vail, bro. I'm going out to Colorado. I like Colorado.
All right. We grew up in upstate New York, live in Florida. Okay. Best season in upstate New York, in my opinion, is fall. Best season in Florida is winter. What do you got? Fall. Upstate New York? Yeah, man.
Fall all day, all day. I mean, it's just nothing like it, man. You got the it's hoodie season up there, first off. So it's legit. You got the fall foliage. You got the for the ladies, the pumpkin spice lattes, or for Matt out there. And I know there's a lot of dudes that like them too. So
I love the PSLs.
But it's just a great time in upstate New York in the fall.
Last but not least, homemade fire pit or store bought?
Homemade. I got one. I'm looking at it right now. It's got the Christmas tree sitting in it, ready to burn it.
Oh.
Yeah. Every year we burn the Christmas tree.
That's gonna crackle.
It's gonna be great. Love it.
All right, that's it, man.
Are you ready? All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Iced or hot coffee? Oh
man, I mean, we live in Florida. I like a hot coffee in the morning usually, but I'll take if I'm going to Starbucks, I'm getting an iced coffee first and foremost.
Venti cold brew iced.
Cold brew, baby.
All day. Nintendo or Sega?
Easy. Nintendo, man. That's not even a question. You got Tecmo Super Bowl on that game. I'm going Nintendo all day.
Did you have either one of them growing up?
I had a Nintendo. Never got a Sega. All my friends had the Sega. I ended up going. What was the next one? Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. That. Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, the best game of all time was
Super
what's the 007? 007. For
that was on 64.
64. That was the best game I've ever played in my life, and that's probably when I stopped playing video games too.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. All right, shirt and tie, or a shirt with a jacket over it? No tie.
Depends on if I'm in shape. I'm going no tie. If I'm looking the way I'm looking right now, I got to cover up that gut with the tie.
Hey, you good, babe. Favorite thing to do on New Year's Day?
Favorite thing to do on New Year's Day? Wow. New Year's Day? Wow, easy. Eat as much as I possibly can. Watch football. Have a couple pops,
Yep.
and then just know that this is my last hurrah, and I'm going in the next day with a diet and a workout plan.
Love it. Yeah, New Year's Eve when you're 21 or New Year's Eve right now with 2 kids?
You know what? Here's the thing. I think I'm still in I think 21 is better right now, but I'm moving towards that age with my kids where it's going to be real fun very soon.
Yeah.
I got a 10-year-old who's turning 11 on the 12th of January, and then a 6-year-old who's turning 7 in March. And they're starting to get to the age where they can stay up a little bit later. But right now, I'm going 21, man.
21. Those were some good times, man.
Yeah, right now, these kids, they fall asleep at like 11 or 11:30, and I'm just stuck with, trying to hang out with these guys, and they're asleep, so it's just me and my wife.
I don't even remember where I was 21 New Year's Eve.
Yeah. I plead the fifth.
I don't even know.
Well, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what New Year's means. I know I was out watching football this weekend on Sunday with a big group of friends. I know it might not be a popular thing. Apologize to anybody who thinks that's not what we should be doing. I mean, we were being responsible. Nobody's going to be around anybody that's an at-risk person. And we wore our masks until we got to our seats. So, but yeah, we were out. Did
you go to that tapas? Did you go to that tapas place we went to?
Nah, no Santiago's, man. We went to this place, Graffiti Junction in Orlando.
Okay.
Thornton Park. Big sports bar.
Big shout. Big shout.
Big shout out to Graffiti. Ended up at Cabo's and Thornton by the end of the night. But sorry. Yeah, it was a good day. A little Sunday fun day. But
damn, that's a good day. I haven't had one of those days in a minute.
Yeah, brunch. It was brunch. It started off with the kids, and then we met up with
good for you.
Another one of my friends who has an older daughter who's
nice.
Basically our babysitter. So we sent the kids home with them.
See ya.
And we're good to go. But what I was gonna say is, we started talking about best holidays, and one person, I forget who it was, mentioned that New Year's isn't that big of a deal. Like it doesn't mean much to them. And I beg to differ. There's so many reasons that New Year's serves me significantly. It's very important for me. And obviously I know it's cliche to do talk about resolutions, and everybody has these resolutions, but they only last for so long, and then you go back into doing your old habits. But for me, I think it's so important to at least understand that you are flawed, and that you need to change, right?
I like that.
And my eating habits and my lack of working out, it happens over the course of a year.
Yeah.
And going into a new year, having an opportunity to have a checkpoint where you can reset that meter and really self-assess and identify what you need to do to take it to the next level is important for me. So I use resolutions as a way to self-assess and understand what I need to do to get back to where I need to be.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we I love New Year's. I think New Year's is a great opportunity for you to reflect on the past year. Obviously, this year's been very difficult for a lot of people. It's been difficult mentally for myself a little bit. I've had some stretches where it's been very tough, kind of getting through 2020 and figuring out a lot of things that have gone on out of my control. Being a control freak and a head coach and wanting to make sure that I have my hands on everything has been difficult. And I'm not like the kind of guy right now though that's like, new year, new me, 2021 is going to bring all this beautiful things. Like I still think we're in for a long stretch. Not trying to be, Debbie Downer here, but like I think people need to snap back into reality that when midnight hits, like if you don't commit yourself to change, then change around you is not going to occur. And I think that that's something that you just touched on. Like you have to commit yourself to change how you are, right? Whether that's habits or whether that's how you talk to people, your attitude every day, whatever it is, right? Like you have
Could
to
just be your outlook.
yeah, you're out, yeah, positive or negative, right? And the yin and the yang, right? So I think you have to commit yourself to change first in the new year in order to make an actual difference in your community or your workplace or your family or your home or whatever it is, right? So I'm optimistic for this year, that it's going to turn around. I'd love to see a lacrosse season happen for everyone this year. I'd love to be able to get out there and actually have a practice with my team. That's been difficult for me. So I'm just praying and hoping and just, literally like just thinking, man, hey, like it's got to get better than this, right? So we were blessed this year though, in a lot of ways, very fortunate.
That's exactly where I was going to take it next. I mean, that's the other aspect of New Year's. I mean, the selfish part was what can I do to become better, right? For me and in mine, right? But then the other aspect, I think it's a little bit more wholesome, it's a little bit more humbling, is to look back, the reflection aspect and to look at it from a positive lens. I think a lot of people look back and find what was wrong and oh my God, this pandemic, and they're gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, oh my God, they're gonna hope things change, right? And I think there's an element to wanting better, right? To wanting more in a responsible manner. But I think what I do, and I don't think I intend to do this. I think my outlook is usually very positive on the world. But when the ball starts dropping and when you're watching all these different shows and people talking about things that happened over the course of the year, I honestly get very thankful and I start reflecting and being proud of everything that has happened over the year that's been good, and then to realize that even though, especially this year, we've gone through tough times, from a health standpoint, from an economic standpoint, from a ability to just go out and live your life standpoint. But there are things in our lives that are, we're just blessed to have. Like I'm blessed to have a wife who loves me, kids that love me.
Rollerblades.
Rollerblades from Santa. I mean, we got our, I know a lot of people are struggling with health and different kind of issues, but again, with me, I look back and I'm thankful that, I got what I got.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking in my backyard. I get, the mango trees in my backyard or, sitting there, like in my neighbor's yard. And I got, we had our baby girl Sawyer in August. I got a beautiful 4-month-old daughter that's healthy, and my son
Beautiful daughter.
My son's growing up to be such a cool little dude, and my wife, loving wife, and just like everything about it, man. My grandparents are still here, my mom's still here. Like, there's a lot to be thankful for, and I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Like let's look at the positive side. Let's take a deep breath and just go, hey, we made it through this. Like, let's keep pushing on together, right? And let's keep it moving. And I think good things are going to happen for everybody in the new year. So
for sure. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's move on to the real talk or fugazi segment. One of my favorites. All right. Just to remind everybody, we'll make a statement, a definitive statement here, and I'll let Marty.
This first one is controversial to me, man.
They're all controversial. Okay, they're controversial, and we've got to determine whether it's real talk or it's that fake news, that fugazi stuff. Okay. All right. So the first one. You ready for this one?
Yeah, you gonna hit me with this one? Thanks, appreciate you.
I'll answer it too. I'll answer them all too.
I know you will.
All right, here we go. Mike Powell was the best Powell to ever play lacrosse. Real talk or fugazi?
I gotta go real talk. And I love Rhino and CP, and they're like I growing up, like those dudes, like when I was in elementary school, like I was the ball boy for the Empire State Games when CP was playing for Central, like and CP's Casey Powell for guys not people that don't know, and then Rhino's Ryan Powell. But Mikey Powell changed the game.
I'm going fugazi.
Oh,
and I'm gonna preface my response by saying Mike Powell was my favorite lacrosse player to ever watch.
Yeah,
without a doubt. But I think Casey's indoor.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're right.
It's the scale.
You're right.
You can't be an MVP indoor and outdoor. And
you're right. You're right.
He might be the GOAT. I don't know.
I gotta go. I just had, I know. That was controversial.
That's tough. It's tough.
I still got.
All right.
By the way, shout out to Mikey Powell, Handmade Candles, Rising Feather Candle Company.
Yo, he's crushing it. He's crushing it.
Our house is full of them, so keep doing your thing, bro.
Word. All right. Okay. Next one. This is a good one. Should fighting still be allowed in hockey?
Real talk.
Amen. Real talk.
Why do people want to take it out? It's a part of the game. It's a part of the culture of the game. Like the whole group that's saying like it's barbaric part of the sport. Like just be quiet, man. Like turn something else on if you don't want to see it. And fighting has diminished so much in hockey that like just keep it for what it is right now. It will phase itself out eventually. You
want it to fade? I don't know, man. I'm also with real talk. I think it should be part of the game. I don't see. I guess like you can't fight in real life, and sports are a microcosm of life. But at the same time, if you got a guy that's bullying your skill player,
yeah,
that's the culture of it. The bully. You got to stand up to the bully, man.
That's the culture of it. That's the culture. So it's a protection thing. So
it is a protection thing, and I think it's part of the sport. It's part of the tactics, and it's I like it. I like it.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, here we go. The NCAA men's basketball tournament, aka March Madness, will happen this year.
Yes. Real talk. Sorry.
You gotta play by the rules. You gotta play by the rules.
Sorry. Real talk. It's gonna happen because the NCAA, if it doesn't happen, is in trouble.
Big time trouble. I got real talk too. They'll figure out. I think they're gonna go in the bubbles too. When that happens.
Yeah, real talk. They're gonna put player. They will put safety over. They won't put safety over revenue. Right.
Nah, man. Well, again.
Honestly, it's just the way it is, man. Like it's gonna happen.
All right, the last one. Masks will not be required by any state's government by August of 2021.
Fugazi. There's gonna be a state out there that still is gonna make people wear masks, and it's gonna be New York.
I'd say Vermont over New York.
You think Vermont over New York?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go real talk because
you think they're all gonna be gone? No mask in August 2021.
August, get through this summer. I think it might even be before summer. It might be June, man. I don't know. I'm just optimistic. I'm a the glass half full type of dude, and I think hopefully that we get this out to everybody.
The vaccine, you're saying? The vaccine?
What? Yeah, if we can get the vaccine available to everybody, I think that, not to get too political, we don't, that's not.
That's not what we're doing here.
But at the same time, if it's available to you and you opt out of the vaccine, then come on, man.
That's on you.
It becomes on you.
That's on you.
And again, maybe that's not the right thing to say, but I'm just hoping we're going to be back to normal by August. I'm in.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Well, let's see, Matt. What's the deal segment here? what's the deal with elite youth sports? And I'm gonna say elite with capital ELITE in quotes, youth sports, elite youth sports. Do you feel like elite youth sports help our society as in part of sporting? Okay. I'm not talking about Jimmy's self-esteem here. I'm talking about elite youth sports. And I'm gonna key in on lacrosse because that's what we know. So
You want me
there's a
to answer
lot of
first? Or you want
elite
to go first?
teams. What's that?
You want to go first?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, I want to give you 90 seconds to answer this.
Mm. I think there's a time and a place for elite teams if they are elite.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with people and coaches and directors who consider their teams elite, but they are not elite.
Yes.
And I don't think there's any place for those teams. Now, here's the problem, right? It's when you want to start an elite team or you have a group of elite players, it's not enough to fill a whole team. How do you make that jump from half elite and half average, a team of that, to an actual elite team? And I think that's where we're struggling. I think that's where a lot of so-called elite teams are right now.
Yeah.
They want to be elite, but they just aren't. And they're promoting themselves as elite teams, and it's hindering youth sport.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we need to get to that tiered bracket of youth sports in the game of lacrosse. I really do feel like the presidents and owners of some of these higher level clubs that are controlling a lot of the youth in certain markets and a lot of the better players in certain markets need to get together. They need to figure out a way to put together a league, put together some sort of national brand. And I'm not saying like an alliance, right? There's a lot of these things that are like alliances where they'll run a tournament and then all the teams will go to that one tournament. They're all the same teams, all same thing again, another place, right? They'll just do that, right, to help each other. But I'm talking about an actual league here, like a junior A, junior B, tier 1, tier 2, whatever it may be. I feel like that's gonna separate elite lacrosse at the youth level to recreational lacrosse players. It's gonna make it an identifier for parents. It's gonna make it much cleaner for people that want to get into that level. They want to get into that lifestyle because as a dad growing, with young kids now, it is a lifestyle to be an elite youth sports parent. It's a lifestyle. This isn't just about, Charlie's touches on game day at the tournament. Like this is about Charlie's mom, going on her daily walk on a Tuesday afternoon or morning with all the other moms from the area and talking about Charlie playing on Sunday or whatever it is, right? It's a lifestyle right now for these people. So
the lifestyle that's a problem. The lifestyle of youth sports, I'm all into, right?
Yeah,
the
well, you're a youth sports coach.
Of the elite sports team, that's something that shouldn't be a lifestyle. In my opinion.
It is, man. It is.
It's sad because most people who are living the elite sports lifestyle as a parent are delusional. They're delusional. I'll be honest. My son's in the other room, and we talk about it all the time. We talk about what he can do to become what we talk a superstar. He asked what a superstar was.
Nice.
I was like, well, a superstar is, we were talking about like NBA players.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he asked what a role player was.
Okay.
He's talking about the difference. Like, all right, well, right now, role player is somebody who has a specific role. He might not be the goal scorer. He might not be the 3-point shooter. Or maybe that's his role. Yep. You have to do whatever you do to fit in to help the team be successful, right? Yep. And we talk about if your coach thinks you're a role player, you go out and you do whatever role that your coach does. It wants you to do. If your coach thinks you're a superstar, well, then you better be the best player on the team, and you better act like it the entire time.
I tell you right now, if you're a superstar but you're not able to get along with the role players on your team, it doesn't matter how good you are.
So
it doesn't matter how good you are.
So I preface that to say, like, my son is a good lacrosse player. He's not elite, and that's like, with all love to him, but he just, in order to be considered an elite player, you've got to be the best all the time. You've got to work, train, and continue to play all the time. And you've got to elevate your teammates' play all the time.
Yeah.
And until you can do that, then I think you should be playing at high level, youth tournaments or whatever. But if you want to be elite, if you're traveling out of state, you've got to be realistic about who your kids are.
Yeah, but if you're just traveling out of state, like, it doesn't mean you're elite. And I keep on saying that word because it's thrown around so much in our game right now. Like, you can literally pay to play to go out of state and play on a team that puts elite on their jersey.
What I'm saying is you should not go play in an elite tournament.
Yeah.
If your team or you aren't an elite player. Like, the delusion is what is elite. Like,
that's
what I'm saying. Doesn't mean everybody can play. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, we are. Well, 100% on the same page. And
go out of state to play. Just don't consider yourself elite.
But that's what it is, though. Like, that's what it is. Like, in Florida, 100%, that's what it is. If your team goes out of state, it's automatically an elite team. Like, it's automatic. That's how parents think. It's like, oh, well, this club doesn't go out of state, so that must not be elite enough. Like, what do you mean? Like, you guys, like, and it's like that, I think, everywhere, but emerging areas, I mean, even in New York, it's like that everywhere. New England, it's like that. And it's because we've created that culture. We've created that culture.
It's that competitive. We want the true elite players to play for our team so we can win.
Yeah.
So we can get more players and we can make more money. So we tell all the parents that we're an elite team.
That's right.
That's the problem, right? So all these parents think that, one, their kid needs. Well, first of all, I think one is they think their kid is elite because he scores 2 goals in a game. Yep. And then I think they think that their kid, who they think is elite, needs to play on an elite team, which is also false. But traveling out of state to play in tournaments is awesome. Like, a great experience for kids. Showcases like what life is like when
sure it is.
When you go out of state for college, if you play in college or go out of state in high school. I know we go out of state at Lake Conlin. I mean, it's just fun, and it's a family trip. It's a for me. I mean, I love going out of state just because I can take a family trip and coach at the same time, and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, just don't don't commit that type of lifestyle if you're not ready to put the work in to be at that level.
Amen, brother. Amen. And it's more just scoring a bunch of goals, right? Like,
it's a lifestyle. It really 100 for the athlete too. And I think 14, 15, 16-year-olds, I still don't think you should be cutting kids at U10. I think cutting starts like 13, 14 would be a healthy way to start cutting kids in terms of like the high level.
7th and 8th grade, you think?
I think 8th grade. 7th grade, man, dudes got cut on modified baseball, bro. Like, I think that's fine too. You know what I mean? Like, guys just didn't make the team, right? So
yeah.
Like, yeah. I think, like, you got to look at it, obviously both ways, but
it's tough. It's tough to have a 6th grade elite team, right? Like,
that's what I'm saying, like that, and that's what I'm getting to. Youth, like, the youth sport is.
Why do we want that?
Why do we want a 6th grade elite team?
Yeah.
Because it's for my answer is it's for the ego of whatever the coach or director organizing the team is.
And the parents.
That, like, and that could be like, take that as a hot take if you want to take it. Go for it. But like, there
you shouldn't be on an elite team until you go through puberty.
Yo, you shouldn't be on an elite team until you actually can get cut and go home and be like, I got cut, Dad. And your dad's like, oh man, well, I guess you got to work harder. And Dad's
like, you don't know if you're elite. You don't know if you're elite until you start becoming a man, or for girls until you start becoming a woman. You know.
So it's like, I mean, honestly, man, like you got to wash it at that level, bro. You got to wash that 5th, 6th grade cutting elite kid. Like that's just got to stop.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we got to bring them up with that. That's a self-esteem. That's a self-confidence time, man. Build those kids up with positive energy. And then when they get to 7th, 8th grade, now it's like, okay, well, I can keep playing with this one club through 7th, 8th grade. And I'm going to tear it back to hockey. I can play house league, or I can try out for the travel team. If I try out for the travel team, I don't make it, I can still play house.
Yep.
Not like, oh, if I don't make it in 7th grade, I got to find a new club.
I got to find a new sport.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
That's the worst. Yeah, it's not inclusive of
growth.
Of kids that have never played the sport before.
Yes.
And now like, all right, well, I'm starting to play. I'm great at basketball. I'm great at football. I'm great at soccer. I want to play lacrosse.
Yes.
Well, oh man, I can't make this. I still barely figuring out how to pass and catch. I can't make all my friends are playing on this elite team.
Yep. It pushes you away.
I'm done. I'm out.
I mean, imagine you were that kind of dude.
Yep.
You didn't even know how to tie your cleats when you came on the field. My dad used to give it to you all the time.
Yep. I remember I caught a pass. I finally caught a pass 2 yards away from the goal. And my man, Marty Ward was in the cage. And I said, oh, I got to score. So I stepped into it like I was throwing from center field all the way to home plate. I crow hopped 2 yards away from the goal.
Crease crank.
Yeah. I learned the definition of a crease crank when Marty got hit in the stomach and fell down. I was like, oh, man, I hurt my dude. I hurt my dude.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I would if that era had elite teams, there's a very good chance that I wouldn't have played lacrosse for as long as I did.
There it is right there. Well, let's drop some jewels on them. I got one jewel. I'll lead it off. You finish it up. Is that cool?
All right, cool.
All right, I'm going to drop a jewel real quick. The expression "new year, new me." Stop it. Stop it. Just be consistent with who you are, no matter what the date is. So when 2021 comes around, Jan 1st, come on, baby. Don't be new year, new me. Let's just be consistent. Let's make that change happen every day in a positive way. Help each other, love each other. Good things are going to happen.
Self-assess, self-reflect, and make the changes you need, but don't change up who you are, right?
Yep.
I like that. My jewel for the day, I think obviously with the new year coming up, I've been watching Instagram and looking at posts, and there's, usually, depending on what's going on in the world, there's common quotes that people post. And right now I've seen it on a couple of people's IGs, the quote, if 2020 didn't bring out the hustle in you, it ain't in you. And I love that, because we had a lot of time over the last 9 months to really identify, reflect, and picture what we wanted to do. I think a lot of times when you hear hustle, I gotta find a side hustle. You think of it from a monetary or from a entrepreneurial standpoint. And I think that quote, definitely applies. I think, a lot of people that have 9-to-5s or, are, have a salary or whatever, I think 2020 was an opportunity for people to really discover different ways to generate, discretionary income.
Yeah.
But I think that quote applies to a lot of different things. It applies to, the hustle in, making, your body, transforming your body the way you want it to be. I mean, when we were quarantined for a few months here in Florida, and we couldn't go to to restaurants, and we couldn't go to businesses, and nothing was open, everything was shut down. I got on my push-up game and I started running for a while. And I just found ways to improve myself, to use my time productively. And I think that's what that quote means. If you can't find time or you can't find ways to use your time productive during a multi-month quarantine where nothing was available, work wasn't available to you, then maybe it ain't in you. So don't expect change if you, like you said, like Marty said, if you're not willing to put in that work.
That's right, baby.
And take that as a positive note. As always, man, we love you guys. Appreciate the support. Keep sending us questions. Keep sending us feedback.
We got guests gonna start coming on soon, so we'll be popping in and out, highlighting some of our guests. We're gonna start reaching out to some people. We appreciate you. Follow us on Instagram, Same Cloth Pod. That's Same Cloth POD on Instagram. Engage with us. We're always trying to be active on Instagram, trying to keep you guys engaged. After the new year, we'll have our Twitter account set up and be rolling that way as well. So be on the lookout. We appreciate you. Happy New Year.
Appreciate you guys. Happy New Year. Marty, love you, man. And we'll get after it, bro.
All right, be good.
Yes, sir.